All right, welcome back.
Yeah. Continuing on with music. Music, the arts, and the entertainments. I decided we'll skip over the rap beef and proxy war that's happening in women's rap because, fine, enough is enough. But I do want to talk about um, a project called I Thought It'd Be Different, dropped by Rory Farrell. Also, half of the new Rory and Mo podcast and whatever else he has going on with Emotional Oranges. Um, it's really good. There's not much else that needs to be said about it. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's very well curated. The sound makes sense. A couple times it gave me thoughts of I thought I should call her. Other times it gave me vibes of you already know what it is. Like, do you? It was great. It was really good. Very well put together. And I wish more artists put more thought into their albums like he did.
I agree with that. I thought that it was a very succinct sound. Even the things that are different genres or felt like different genres still flowed together.
Yeah.
Even that, like as though they were supposed to be the same song.
Yeah. Drum is and Pink Sweat and a lot of those guys are just man, what a sound. You know what I mean? Like it's different. It's different. It is shout out to them.
Yeah. It was an amazing project, and I hope that more projects are
Yeah,
made
let's pull it
in
up here.
in the near future.
I don't know if he'll do all that, but because I feel like that's kind of hard to replicate.
It
And
doesn't
I
have
feel
to
like
be the
they
same
they're
thing.
definitely gonna need time. Also, a lot of names that I've never heard of. You know what I mean? But you also have Conway the Machine on here. Uh, you have James Fauntleroy. You have Ari Lennox, Alex Isley, Goldlink, J Electronica.
Yeah, that was just some of the like range of features is also super interesting to me.
Yeah, but again, a lot of names I have Division's also in here. Yeah, this was good. This was really good. It was really good. Um, Also went from 80,000 monthly listeners to like 1.2 million. Not that numbers matter, but obviously it's worth listening to. This came out a couple weeks ago. I think it's been out about a month now. You know what I mean? So obviously there's a lot of replay value. Go check it out. I like a lot of those songs. Um, it works.
It absolutely
It works.
does.
And especially when you leverage it with other projects that have come out recently, I think it's a pretty good contender of being out a lot of those albums. You know what I mean? Obviously, very different than Jack Harlow's album, but I think he did laps around it in terms of production, quality, and the sound. Um, it's good. It doesn't sound like. So he's been in the music industry for a long time, obviously. But this is his first project. But it doesn't sound like his first project. That's crazy to say. So
It
shout out to them.
feels like you know how they're like the avatar state is when you can access the memories of everyone before you. It's like it went into the avatar state and just laid down everything he's absorbed.
Yeah, it was good. Good to good for them. Moving on, then you have the baby doing a soft lunch. He has the TikTok music. He's doing the tour or the interview, the press releases, hanging out with big names and everything else
Does
like
he
that.
have more than just the one song going right now?
I think so. And,
Because I haven't really seen anything but the one song.
I don't think we're his demographic.
That's fair.
But I know right now for sure.
Intentionally so.
I think right now for sure he's stepping back out there. I'm not his demographic because I have checked out his new music and it is still the baby. And for me, I need something a little bit different every now and then. So I just can't go back to the same sound every now and then or all the time. But I do think the baby initially, before everything else that's happened with him, there was a lot invested into the baby, and people might want to see a return on what they invested in him.
Dang, dude. Yeah, I could see that. They would love to see their return on him. I personally, though, I feel like I lost faith in DaBaby a long time ago. Like, we have talked about his career and like, because he's always doing something. And like I was saying before we were on camera, like most of the things he does are for viral attention. And
I mean, are we not in a viral age? Who's not doing
we
things for
are.
attention?
We are, but not not the great quote unquote artist that we listen to.
I guess that's fair.
Lil Wayne is not doing anything for viral attention right now.
Man, apparently Lil Wayne tried to reach out to John Morant to, give him some more word of advice, and he didn't return the call.
Well, then he clearly ain't got the clout we think he does.
Yeah, who, Wayne?
Either John Morant or he just really is tired of hearing people say that.
I mean, probably, yeah. Again, he's probably young. He's like, nigga, don't call me. Anyway.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I looked up. That's what I was doing over here. I was looking up like DaBaby newest songs. Shake Some, which is the one that everybody is making into a viral sensation. The other most recent song, Selling Crack, featuring Offset. So I don't know. Like you're saying,
what's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Not the demographic though. I'm just not seeing it.
I'd bop.
I'm sure.
I want to know what
we'll have to listen to it in between the next break.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you can't say that 2 songs is like you really just going back off.
But that's what it is in today's culture, though.
I guess.
But see,
at least drop a 16-minute project like everybody else.
I think it's interesting because right now you're having the perspective I've been having.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
Because again, he's making a comeback, but in reality, it's 2 songs that are popping off on like TikTok. So is it really popping off, or is it again just the machine behind it?
No,
it's
probably the algorithm. For him, it's working right now.
Yeah,
and luckily, he still has cosigns from people that have a high visibility, especially in the viral market. The first person that popped off with this song for him was Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah.
And once Kevin Hart had it, it was over. Like, nobody's not going to see that. I have seen people remix that, photo crop him out, put him in all kinds of different situations. I've seen people take a video of a gorilla and do the same thing. Like, it's all the same song. It's to the point now where I have that sound muted. Like I don't want to hear it anymore.
I've not heard the song still. It's kind of crazy.
The only part that I've heard is the I don't know if I could dance Boogaloo, and that's it.
I haven't even heard that. But again, during these last 2 weeks, I've spent a lot of time away from socials. I think once you start posting content, you don't really want to be.
Yeah, we haven't really been consuming much content. Like me being injured, especially, I don't give a crap what's going on.
Yeah, no,
in anybody else's world. I've been playing video games.
I'm over here trying to get into like FIFA divisions. Like, I'm not doing all that. But no, I do think once you start, not that we're taking up a large portion of the space, but once you start adding to the space and contributing to the content, you don't really care. You don't. I'm not gonna say you don't care, but at that point, you're no longer a viewer. You know what I mean? Like, so you're no longer part of the people who are consuming. Yeah. Like, it becomes different. Like, I just need to know what's going on so I can go talk about it for the content I'm putting out. But I'm no longer sitting around consuming it.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been consuming DaBaby in a long time. I just have to know what he's doing.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely, it switches that way. Because even on like TikTok, like we'll post the TikToks and no one can ever really say I've sent them TikTok reels because I just don't spend that time there. However, on Instagram, which, we try however many times we want, but we just don't post them there. I'll go on there and I'll watch reels because I'm consuming content there, but not on YouTube or anywhere else like that.
Luigi sends a lot of Instagram reels.
You keep saying that, and every time you say it, you make it sound like a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. And then I don't
send them, and then you guys try to make that into a whole other conversation.
It's just funny.
They are funny. They're hilarious. They're great. But again, they're never podcast content because again, I try not to have that on the one space where I'm trying to watch other stuff. But yeah, so again, we're gonna keep it on music. I guess DaBaby's not making a comeback. But Kid Cudi
maybe
looks
he
like,
is, but I don't think he should be.
hey, you never know. Kid Cudi announced what, the Moon Man's Landing.
Yeah, it's like a one day festival in
I
Cleveland.
thought it was 2 days.
From what I can see, it's just one.
Because I thought on one day, because yeah, they had Cola Ray, and the other day they had Ice Spice, Lotto. But when is it happening?
Let's see. It was Moon Man Landing. It is August 2nd annual Moon Man's Landing.
Oh, this is the second one.
Yeah, August 19th. Yeah, it's just the one day.
Wow, I didn't know he had a first one. Do you have the lineup?
Yeah, the lineup is Lil Uzi Vert,
Fire.
Kid Cudi,
Okay,
Suicide Boys,
fire.
Coil Ray, Bash for the World, Sienna Bella, and Chelsea Pastel.
No,
And Kid Cudi, obviously.
There has to be another day because that same lineup had Ice Spice, Lotto, and some other people.
Unless freaking Rap Twitter is just trying to feed you garbage, because this is just straight from their website.
I mean, they might not have posted day 2 yet.
It's only one day. Yeah.
Huh.
April
Well,
19th, 2023.
That proves my point even further. Look at because we've talked about why one person is a bigger star or deserve more stardom than the other. I mean, that proves my point. Look at who's in the lineup and who isn't. But we're not gonna have that conversation.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. What do people say? The truth is always in the pudding, or some shit like that.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, the truth is in the pudding.
I don't know. But I would go. It's a little last minute for me to make it, but I would go. I think that would be interesting. I was really happy when the industry went from, like iHeartRadio putting on concerts to artists putting on their own concerts.
Yeah,
That was a great move for me. I went to Camp Flog Gnaw. I went once. Loved it. Was a really great experience. I've been to J. Cole's show. I thought it was amazing. I've been to, like the Louisiana Fest. I thought that was awesome as well. And Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud is, not necessarily the same thing, but it kind of has that same energy. I like those a lot. So when I see Kid Cudi and Tyler, the Creator, saying Camp Flog Gnaw is coming back, that makes me really happy. Because those are festivals I want to go to.
Yeah.
I'm not at the Gorge. I'm not... You know.
Yeah.
This is shit we live for, so...
Yeah. I low key miss the idea of like Summer Jam, but I don't think anybody could ever do a Summer Jam properly.
They're still doing Summer Jam.
Well, yeah, like where in Texas and
I don't even
California.
know. But apparently
This is
the festival for people to go to now is the Roots Picnic in New York.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Apparently, yeah, that's like the really good one now. And they have other ones too that happen. I'm not too old to go to festivals. I think with what's been happening in my life just over the last year or so, I haven't really had festivals on, but we still went to Kid Cudi. I went to go see The Weeknd. But I'm ready to go to Camp Flog Gnaw and potentially, see Tyler and ASAP kicking it in the front row and doing whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I, again, really liked about it. Once they started putting this stuff on, they would go and support each other, and they'd be hanging out in the crowd. It was a good time.
Yeah. I'm definitely trying to make Flog Gnaw happen.
Yeah, and it wasn't, well, I guess when I went the first time, it wasn't too expensive. The second time I wanted to go, ever since Kanye and Kid Cudi did their thing there, it's been out of my budget. You know what I mean? That's things tend to happen when you get big names to come to your show. Drake went. Mm-hmm. So after that, the bill is a little irresponsible is what I'll call it.
We'll see how it looks.
I would
when
go.
the tickets come out.
I would go.
The Kid Cudi Festival one is only $75. But then there's flight.
I'm joking. Kid Cudi is a big name. I would never trash talk Kid Cudi like that. But I don't think getting to Cleveland is that expensive.
It might not be.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna find out.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be one of those things that's like last minute, so it kind of sucks. But outside of that, I think it's definitely worth checking out. But let's keep talking about Tyler. He just dropped the Rap Radar. Couldn't talk there for a second. Interview. I thought it was pretty good. I need you to get hype, bro. Why you over here yawning so much?
Man, I have been taking a lot of pain meds, and I'm dry over here.
That was ridiculous.
All right, so the Rap Radar interview was really good. I haven't gotten to watch all of it yet, but everything that I did see was spectacular, and it just really drives home the point that Tyler the Creator is just like a real person, just a regular guy. I think one of the things that stands out and always has really stood out with me is like how he protects his family. It's like he brought up in one of his songs like my mom was in a shelter when I made Yonkers, but I don't bring that up. And like even after all of that, you could probably scour the web and not really find an actual picture of Tyler's mom.
Yeah.
Because he wants it to be that way. Like he doesn't want anybody to be harassing his family because he knows that that's what people do when they get too much information. But like having the wherewithal to like keep your family out of it, but in it, but like know when to bring things up or not, or so on and so forth is just very interesting.
That's why it was kind of funny when they're like, "So that was your mom in the video, right?" He goes, "That was not my mom in the video."
Yeah, he's like, I have
just
no
hired
idea.
that lady.
Yeah, I have no idea exactly who that lady was. I just hired her.
Which is that's something I do, because I do think you do have to keep things separate to some degree.
Yeah. Just because I'm a celebrity doesn't mean I have to take everybody's bullshit. Like, hell no.
And I like Tyler. Like I said, when he first came out, I was definitely on the edge. I was like, I need to know if this whole cockroach eating thing is the clickbait or if it's, something that's going to be long term. And years later, it's very refreshing to say like, man's grown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Something else entirely.
That Rap Radar interview is something I really, really enjoyed listening to. Made a lot of points. I love rappers who know their lines, who can rap them off. Exception for Lil Wayne, always give them in a pass. It was just very genuine. And also, I always like listening. I always like hearing from artists and how they feel about people that I don't like and how they like them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tyler loves NBA YoungBoy and thinks he's very talented and, really just good at at who he is. And I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to kind of, get those. I don't know. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. It definitely makes you think. I don't know. And it wasn't just like the old Tyler interviews either. Like old Tyler interviews are like, why do you think people don't like you?
Yeah.
Like new Tyler interviews are like,
you've won a Grammy.
Yeah. Like, what does that feel like? And he'll say things like one of the coolest things that he brought up in this interview was he was like, yeah, so Call Me If You Get Lost didn't go platinum until the beginning of this year. And it's been out for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. And he has also dropped the estate sale, which is like an extended version of that same album in that amount of time. And then it went platinum.
Yeah.
And he said that he's talked to people and they're like, yeah, man, I'm going to be real with you. I wasn't even fucking with Call Me If You Get Lost. But after the estate sale and having grown into who I've become over the course of the last year or two, like I see the album in its entirety and I see it differently.
Yeah.
And I can almost agree with that because the whole Call Me If You Get Lost project was a constant bop for me these last 2 years. And to get the estate sale and have it like, it's like side 2. It's almost like a different guy, but the same person in a lot of ways. Like that was crazy.
I always told people that music is so contextual that it's not just about how it makes you feel. It's also about where are you at in your life when you're listening to that album. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there's that energy to it too because I leverage that album the same way Drake did. Honestly, Nevermind. You know what I mean? When I was in Mexico, honestly, never mind. It's like I heard those songs for the first time like all over again. The vibe was different. You know what I mean? And same thing for, Call Me If You Get Lost, which I didn't realize Tyler had to come on an interview and talk about the whole Tyler Baudelaire thing, because I always thought it was, like tossed up to the Netflix show and the books and stuff like that. So with that in mind, and also like being in a space when I was traveling and that album came out, I got it immediately. I was like, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Like, this is fire.
The
Like, this
sun
man
beaming.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's different when you're, because obviously if you're just at your job every day and you're not having a good time or whatever else is going on, you're not gonna think it's a good album, and you might think it's performing, or you might think it's out of touch now. But in reality, we've both been in a BMW and kind of wanted to take off in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we've both been in situations where, this is life. This is life. And DJ Drama was also really good at what he does.
Yeah,
like
man.
the way he was, pitching on those tapes was, come on.
You know what's something super crazy about DJ Drama? So DJ Drama wasn't making music for a while there, or like you didn't hear any of those Gangsta Grills mixtapes or any of that, because he didn't think that he was that good.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane, dude. Like,
we're in a boat.
Yeah, and then he gets in, and all you hear is like, we just landed in Geneva. That's in Switzerland. That's in Switzerland. We all got our toes out too. I'm like, bro, come on.
And then that's when I tell
and
everybody,
you didn't think you had that?
You ain't got to be that hard, because look at what the hardest dudes are out here doing, landing in places with their toes out. That's what we should all be trying to do. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It does not have to be serious.
It does
we just
not.
got to be out here enjoying life.
Don't listen to Boosie, man. Y'all ain't got to be out in the streets like this. Y'all could be out in Geneva with your toes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Absolutely.
Come on. The alternative is having your toes in some boots, selling drugs in the corner, and holding down guns you shouldn't have, and now you're in jail and life sucks. It's true. Is it not true? Like, because apparently, if you're out in the boat, out in the water with your toes out, and you're living a good life, you're no longer
French
gangster.
vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, like that's a bad thing. Apparently, it's a bad thing, but I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
That's my goal.
Sign me up. Come on. Anyway, with that, we'll take it, because we're gonna get into some serious conversations now. So we're gonna take a break. Come back. I gotta check out ticket prices to Geneva. That is kind of crazy.
We'll be back.
Oh man.